Hey YouTube, Alex Catazella here, bringing you a tutorial on how to set up an A-frame tarp tent. Now, an A-frame tarp tent is a very quick and easy way to set up a camp in 3 seasons of the year, presuming you have the right sleeping bag. It is very reliable and easily adjustable. Once you find your flat area, you'll need a couple things. You'll need to know a few things before you just jump right in and set up a tarp tent. First, you'll need a standard tarp. I got this at REI for like 20 bucks. You'll need to buy some Paracord too. I chose this nice orange color. You'll need trekking poles, paddles, whatever you have that's long and sturdy. These are REI brand trekking poles. They only cost like 40, 50 bucks, but they're really sturdy and good trekking poles. And you'll need stakes, which are in my stake. Okay, so here we have the main workings of a tarp tent. You can see the anchored in points over there. They're fairly taut because I'm by myself and it's pretty windy. So that's a step you can take. If it's very windy, you can tighten it down and then go through the steps, loosening and tighten them as it needs to be. A little information about these. You want them to be a 45-degree angle from the tarp tent. And that will really keep a flat and very taut structure. The stakes themselves, you want them to be angled away from the tarp tent, just like this. And if you're in soft ground, you're working in maybe sand or loose dirt or gravel, you can put a rock right here in front of the stake, sometimes even on the stake, pushing it that way, and that'll help keep it down and keeping it in place. And also you can use rocks, piles of rocks, wrapping it around, and generally rocks are very useful when setting up a tarp tent. The next step is where the A in the A-frame starts to form. Basically, I have this cord going through the middle of my trekking pole. This will be able to make the trekking pole push it up whenever you raise it. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now. Okay, so we've raised the trekking pole. Everything's staked in at almost a 45-degree angle. Everything's looking pretty straight, and you probably think, hey, this kind of looks like an A. Am I done? Well, you're not, but you're almost there. So what you're gonna go about doing is making sure these are really at a 45-degree angle. If there's slack and kind of wrinkles in the tarp, you probably can do a better job. And that'll create a better A-frame structure. So just go about loosening or tightening, and sometimes even moving this over a little bit to make sure you're at a 45-degree angle. Like that. So I went about really making sure every paracord and every stake was at a 45-degree angle. And I've also made sure that these trekking poles are as straight as they can be. So now the result is a really good, really sturdy looking A-frame tarp tent. Alright, so now that we've successfully set up an A-frame tarp tent, let's go over what we learned. First, we went over what you need. Trekking poles, paddles, anything long and sturdy, stakes, the tarp, and paracord, and that's it. Then, once you find a flat area and you're trying to set up camp, get everything in the ground first. Set everything up, get it staked out, and then, if you have a friend, have your friend hold it up as you tighten down first the center stakes. This will create a taut line in the middle where you can then tighten down the sides. And once you do tighten down the sides, make sure they're at a 45-degree angle with the stakes also at an angle going into the ground away from the tarp. If you notice loose flaps, be sure to check your 45-degree angle and tighten your tricker's hitch or loosen them in some situations. Some other tips and tricks with setting up a tarp tent is you can put your backpack at your feet or at your head depending on where precipitation or wind is headed. Also with wind, you want to have the A-frame opening where the wind is going. So you don't want to be against the wind where the wind is hitting your structure the whole time. You want to have it going through the structure, as uncomfortable as that sounds. You can put a backpack there at the opening in order to block the wind. Also, you can use tarp tents to camp in a hammock if you set it up using 2 trees. This is assuming your paracord is long enough. For more tutorials on outdoor skills, be sure to subscribe to this page for other skills, other tutorials, how to set up whisper lights, how to do certain knots that all relate to the outdoors and building your knowledge and skills